On the show Monday, Lunchbox said a librarian should not be voted Teacher of the Year because he saw this outside of a school. So he says it. Yesterday, everybody's lighting him up. Librarians have to have master's degrees. So just to be fair, I got a couple calls that I want to put on because this is the topic that will never die. Michelle in Mississippi is on. Hi, Michelle. You're on the show.
Hey, guys. I love your show, so I'm thankful for you guys. Y'all get me to work every day.
Thank you.
So yesterday I heard Lunchbox talking about the librarian being Teacher of the Year. And as a teacher of 35 years, I can tell you that is offensive to us teachers. Now, not everybody's going to say that because, they might have a filter. And as a teacher of 35 years, my filter is completely gone at this point. But if your job title is not teacher, then you should be up for some other award. Because basically, librarians and special teachers who teach intervention, we have all these kind of people getting Teacher of the Year award. Well, they can just lock their door and go to the bathroom. If you can do that, you're not the Teacher of the Year. You could be the Librarian of the Year, or you could be the Assistant of the Year. But for Teacher of the Year, I think it should be somebody in a classroom that is held to a state test, who is accountable to test scores, who has kids from bell to bell. And, because we're under a lot of pressure. I'm a math teacher. I'm accountable to test scores. I have to give tests, weekly tests, state tests, standardized testing. And if my scores aren't there, I'm in trouble. These extra job titles, they're not accountable like we are. And so, we're down there killing ourselves to actually keep our job. And so to me, it is really offensive whenever a job title that is not teacher gets Teacher of the Year.
Does it matter that all the teachers voted for that librarian that Lunchbox drove by the school for Teacher of the Year?
Well, let me tell you how that works.
Okay.
So you might vote, but then powers that be ultimately can say who they want it to be. And they can say that everybody voted. And it could be a popularity thing because we see that in a lot of schools. Cliques of teachers will get together and go, oh, she hadn't gotten anything. So we're going to give this to her. She's so nice. She's so nice. We need to give her something. And that actually happened at I retired from Alabama and now I'm in Mississippi. And at my Alabama school, that actually happened. We had somebody that was retiring, and there were like 5 teachers up for Teacher of the Year that had just received national board certification. Like, big deal. They gave it to the lady that was retiring because she had never won before.
Completely understand why you feel this way, and I wanted to put on a voice that wasn't the voices of yesterday that we're all hating on Lunchbox. In fairness,
yes, they should not be hating on him because he had a valid point. If your title is not teacher, you should be up for Librarian of the Year or Assistant of the Year. But when you say Teacher of the Year, you should be teaching a state-mandated subject. You should be held accountable to test scores, and you should have kids from bell to bell. That makes you a teacher. And it's not that these people aren't certified. I know that they have to go to school and all of that. But you see how happy they are because they get to walk the halls. They get to go get coffee. They get to go to the bathroom when they want to go to the bathroom. And then I'm down there killing myself teaching math, and then somebody gets it that doesn't even have a homeroom.
Now
and it's not that we don't like those people. We love them. I love my librarian. But she's not Teacher of the Year. She's Librarian of the Year.
Amen.
That's just my opinion.
Amen.
And you have the right to it. And all of what you said is based on the environment that you are currently in. And so at your school, maybe it doesn't work. I don't know. None of us know what that librarian does at the school that Lunchbox drove by. This wasn't hey, universally. His was, I saw it at that school and that's stupid. But you're right, Michelle. Everything you said about where you live, that is your truth. And I appreciate you calling and sharing that. Just wanted to get on a voice that was the opposite of the 10 million voices of yesterday hating on Lunchbox.
Yeah, you just got to think about how much pressure teachers are under that actually teach a state-mandated subject and are held accountable to test scores.
I didn't until you told us. Now I do. I bet you the librarian lines are going to be on fire, though.
And this lady's so smart, though. She nailed it. They don't even have a homeroom, so they can go there and they can get there late. Because guess what? They don't have homeroom. They just go and first kids don't come to their library till 10 a.m. I'll roll in at 10.
Michelle gave him more talking points. Michelle,
Beautiful.
thank you very much. Thank you for your service to your community, and I hope you have an awesome day.
Thank you so much, guys. Love
All right.
y'all.
Bye-bye.
It's a Bobby Bones Show.